other than just an opportunity, what do you think is allowing you to make this year and shine the way you have so far?
I mean, really just I think the continuous work that I've been putting in. The work hasn't stopped even though the season has started. Leading up to the season, before training camp, I was working at nights, coming in and getting some touch-ups, some shots up and stuff. So that really hasn't stopped, and I've been continuing to do that while allowing my body to maintain to keep fresh. So.
And with that extra work, was it mostly the shot you were working on? Or was it?
Yeah, my shot, just my touch around the rim, different things in my game. So.
You've obviously spent a lot of time in the starting lineup. What's that been like in terms of just more minutes, more wear, more tear?
Yeah. I mean, obviously being in the starting lineup is different. You're starting off the game, kind of setting the tone. You're not kind of that one first guy, second guy off the bench when the game's kind of already been going. So it's been good, and obviously drawing the team's best matchups every night has been fun and a good challenge. So.
As a team, the defensive numbers haven't been all that great. I mean, is there one thing that kind of shows up consistently when you look at
I think, really going back to game by game, really looking at it game by game. We just looked at Milwaukee, and our numbers for that game were better than, they have been for our averages all season. So really, looking at that and looking at what we did well in that game as far as protecting the paint first and still closing out and guarding the three was phenomenal. So kind of looking back at that film and continuing on that.
Is that something that, when you saw it and as you were executing it, you're like, was it obvious what you'd been sort of falling short on?
Yeah. I mean, just like, we obviously think it's something tough for us to do is to do both, but we've just seen that we're capable of doing it. So it's really encouraging and motivating.
After the Lakers game, Yak was saying that, obviously it's LeBron, and LeBron makes simple things hard, but there were some simple things that you guys as a team were missing. Would you agree with that? And is the product just youth or what?
I mean, I wouldn't really say there's a product of anything out of that. I think it's just executing at the end of games, knowing our play style and not really going away from that. I know there's times in games where our aggressiveness is taken away, or we kind of take our foot off the pedal because we try to play smart or slower, but really our recipe for that is just to pick up that speed and keep going with that pace all the way through the whole 48 minutes. So it's just realizing that and figuring that out, and there's some growing pains with that, but I know we'll be good.
Did you see Gradey making this jump when you were working out with him this summer?
I mean, I don't think anybody saw this jump. I mean, obviously they saw a jump coming, but this has been a spectacular jump and obviously a great start to a season for him. And he's just playing with a free mind. You can just see it out there, and there's not really too much pressure on him. He's kind of just being him and playing his game, and it's great to see. It's really great to see.
He's taken on obviously such a big workload this year. I think he leads the team in miles traveled on the court. Spending as much time as you did with him over the summer, are there certain things that you saw that he does in terms of conditioning and manage his body that you think that has helped him with that? Yeah, I mean, watching him on the court, he really just doesn't stop running. He's kind of like a little mini Steph out there running off screens and not staying still. So obviously that's props to him and the condition and the shape he's in right now, and that's just what he's been doing, and he's going to continue to do it. So.
Everyone was really happy, enjoying their time together, even though knowing you weren't going to compete for a championship this year. But now that the win column is what it is it still guys having fun? Is there more frustration? What's the mood?
Yeah, no, it's been fun, and every single day, and everyone is kind of keeping that present mindset, and we're just trying to build and get every single day, or get better every single day. But we know the wins will come, and it's kind of tough right now, but everyone's sticking together, everyone's staying together, and obviously everyone may be frustrated and not showing it, but we're all together through this, and we know that.
Have you seen the new City Edition jerseys with the Raptor doing the Vince Carter style?
Yeah,
what do you think of it?
Oh no, it's amazing. I think I put it on for a short period of time, media day, and got a little glimpse of it, but it was really cool.
Obviously, a frustrating road trip, but you personally were on a tear. What was working for you specifically on this West Coast road trip?
I think just locking in with the team efforts and knowing what I need to do for my role, and if some guys are out, then maybe step up in different places. But I feel like just my energy, I feel like I try to push that up and down the court and game my offense from my defense.
What's the mood like in the locker room after that road trip?
A lot of building up. People helping each other. No one trying to be down. No one wants to bring a bad vibe, to the locker room. And I feel like the guys that we have on this team and the chemistry that we already have built, no one's going to let each other do that. So I feel like the big talking point was just being resilient, and the importance of resilience and not letting those games letting us dwell on those and just moving on to the next one.
Did you know when you were working out with Ochai this summer that he was going to take a huge jump in his development? Ochai?
Of course, the way that he works, you can't not see it. The way that he goes 100 miles an hour, every single drill. I feel like a lot of coaches say that, guys go hard every drill, but if you watch Ochai work out, behind closed doors and away from the media, stuff like that, then you can actually tell, there's a difference, to his work ethic. So, everything that he's doing is earned for sure.
He said no about you. He said you've been better than he thought. When I asked him that question. He said he wasn't expecting this jump from you.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, it's kind of a trick question, I guess. I'll say that. No, I'm trying to give him a compliment. The way that he works, I'll go talk to him about that after this.
Did you see the differences in his shot this summer, just in terms of mechanics, or was it just a matter of reps and work?
I don't think so. I mean, I've been watching him since he was at Kansas. Me growing up, I don't know what year I was, but obviously younger, coming out of high school and going to the KU games where I didn't know him before, and he was scoring every single different way, in college, and so this is no different, coming in here, and the way that he shoots it doesn't surprise me at all. He's always going to get better at that, and I mean, I've never seen anything different. So
It seems like he's really gifted in transition, not just with finishing, but like sort of just knowing intrinsically how to space.
Yeah.
When you have the ball in transition, which maybe isn't a ton, but sometimes are you always aware of him because of that, or does he just show up in the right place?
of course, I think there's the combination of being an athlete like he is, in his frame, he can do so many different things, with his bounce and everything like that. But combining that with the knowledge of the game that he has, it's easy to play with because when you see the open floor and like you said, when he's spacing like that, it kind of you gravitate towards his area because then you have room to work with, and then eventually find him in the corner where he's knocking down a three. So yeah, I mean his knowledge of the game is a big advantage for us.
How was your conversation with Alex? Update us on all that stuff.
Yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of guys here on the court. Emmanuel is clear to work out everything with the right hand, obviously, and he's not allowed to use his left hand yet. So he's going to be evaluated in 7 days and see where he's at. Kelly did a little bit more work today, not clear for a contact. Bruce, not clear for a contact. Scotty worked out as well, not clear for a contact. And all of those three guys will be in 7 days, we'll know more. Jacoby will know more on Tuesday. He's going to have, next week, Tuesday, we're going to know more about Jacoby. Did I touch on everybody?
With IQ, does he have to see another doctor, or will it be the same doctor as who you consult?
For my knowledge, it's going to be the same doctor. I don't have any other information.
So the mood, to start the year was jovial, like summer camp, right? Everyone loves everyone. Is that still the case after a couple losses pile up?
We are in a rebuild year. We're focusing on developing our young guys. As you can see, we just talked about all the injuries that we're dealing with, so we're missing a lot of guys. As you can see in the games, our guys are cheering for each other. They want them to succeed. They want their teammates to do well. And I'm telling my players what I really believe. Like, we gotta focus on day to day. We cannot be looking at win and losses column at this point. We gotta focus on us getting better. We gotta focus on small victories. This last game, I thought that we played really good defense. We were ranked number 1 defensively after that game, despite having a bunch of turnovers that led to easy points for the other team. So I would say that the chemistry on the team is really good. Guys are supporting each other. That doesn't mean that we're not frustrated, and that doesn't mean that we don't want to win games and do better.
On that note of the offense, to start the year, you guys are doing exactly what your system is designed to do. Tons of passing, cutting. Still, it's a little stickier, a little muddier towards the end of that road trip. Is that just guys are tired, or is there something that actually shifted?
I did not feel that ball was thicker at all. I think we were trying to move the ball. What I thought is that we were turning the ball over in some situations that we're not supposed to turn the ball over. We gotta be stronger with the ball. Milwaukee specifically, they did a good job of packing the paint, and I think we did not do a good enough job of finding open man. We were trying to pass the ball, but we were passing the ball into their hands instead of our teammates' hands.
What do you think of Gradey's development, especially over the past 5 games?
Gradey is continuing with his progression. He's very efficient with off-ball screens and the way he's playing, especially in pick and roll situations with Yak or Bruno as well when he sets screens. But he's also adding more stuff to the game. As you can see, he's been more in some of the pick and rolls, bring the ball in transition, and all of those are new things for him. So we are learning as much as he's learning at the same time.
In addition to the jump in production, there's also been obviously a big jump in usage, minutes, the ground that he covers on both ends of the floor. His ability to do that, how much of that is the changes he's made in terms of managing his body over the last year, the conditioning stint that you guys put him through last year? Do you see that difference in like his body and his ability to take on, I guess, more responsibility on the court?
Yeah, I mean, he had a nice progression last year coming off the bench for the big part and then slowly getting more minutes. So it was not from the start of the year that he was on the court 3+ minutes. He did a lot of conditioning during the summer, but also the way he plays, the way he's working out, he's constantly on the move, and that's something that really helps. In a couple of games, teams were trying to top block him in all ball screens, and he did not do a good job of finding options and how to play. But especially this last game, he was able to get more on the move and not just settle, not allow them to top block. Especially in the first 3 quarters, and that opened up a lot of his open shots.
Knowing how much he's running out there, how much he's moving, and that he's still a young guy that's going into his body, as coaches, do you guys have to kind of keep a closer eye on that to make sure that you're giving him the rest when he needs to come out, or that you're just making sure that he's not overdoing it?
For sure, I'm really trying not to play players in longer than 8-9 minutes. He ended up the other night playing full 12. And I really worry going more than that, So I'm always aware of that, and always thinking about longevity of the players and them staying healthy and available. So I think that's a big part of what we're doing and managing their minutes.
You and Ochai mentioned the defensive improvement against Milwaukee. After the Lakers game, Jakob was pretty critical of making mistakes against simple actions. Now LeBron obviously makes simple actions pretty difficult, but say that, what do you think you cleaned up against Milwaukee, and what is learnable from that to go forward?
I thought that we did a really good job of packing the paint and building a wall against Giannis in transition, who does really good job with that. I thought that our on-ball defense was really good, and it started with Davion and Jamal and Ochai guarding their primarily ball handlers. I thought that Ochai was fighting on the post-up as much as he can against Giannis. Our team was aware of a game plan. We knew who are the hot guys to chase them off the line. We know who are the heavy shift guys. So learning the game plan and sticking with it, it was a big part of defensive improvement in the game.
On offense, your 3-point attempts are, I think, in the mid-20s in the league. Is that personnel, scheme? What do you think is the reason for that?
I want our team to shoot more threes and to have more threes. We're talking a lot, part of that is that guys are questioning, should I take this shot? Learning, is that aggressive closeout or not? So I think we got to do a better job of making quicker decisions there, and I'm encouraging players to take open shots.
Is that just them feeling the freedom to shot or not?
No, it's not.
Nervous to take
it's not that. I think it's more reading, Giannis is closing out to Jamal. Can I take this shot off? Do I have a time? Am I faster than him? How to beat him? And that translates to all the guys, because right now we have a lot of guys that are playing outside of their regular minutes, outside of their rotations, and now they're playing against different matchups than they usually do. So that's a part of them learning where those shots are coming from.
But how much is it Gradey's a shooter. He can shoot. Chris will shoot. But there aren't many other players, especially with that IQ, that grew up with sort of that green light. Like, is that you need to change the mindset of like what's a good shot? I mean,
we are definitely working and trying to change that. As you can see, for example, Jonathan Mombo, he likes to cut a lot and be around the rim, and a lot of times that's not actually helping our spacing. So he needs to start feeling comfortable to be outside the three-point line, and he knows that he has a green light to take open shots from my end. But that transition is not easy, for him. Like Ochai, I think he's doing much better job, especially like on corner threes, being set, being ready, and shooting the ball. It's just like, guys gotta be in those situations, but also who is making plays for them to get them open is a part of that.
What have you seen from RJ lately? It seems like the role's pretty big for him with so many guys out. His efficiency is dipped lately.
I mean, RJ is a player that can do a lot. When we have Scotty and Quickly and whole team healthy, he's really, really good playing off of the second side. He's really good of creating opportunities with cuts, with providing spacing. I think that he's been improving in his pick and roll efficiency and decision making. It's just like a lot of times, he's playing now in the paint with a lot of length and not a lot of outlets, and that's not helping him or helping us. So I think it's a part of his progress. He's got to learn how to be in those situations and how to play make in those situations.
It's Damon Stoudemire, and thanks for watching the Toronto Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe for more.
Stoudemire launches a three, knocks it in. Stoudemire. Yes! What a David Stoudemire.